welcome to another today's Decay. We'll celebrate births and beginnings and everything important since the dawn of time. November 20th. And that's delicious. What happened today? November 20th, throughout space and time. George Barris, born today, 1925, who never created anything embarrassing, or if he did, had made it in the best way possible, because his work is really impressive. Because he made cars, you see, 4 wheels. Yeah. The Munsters coach, the Munsters hearse, the Dragula, the Batmobile, all sorts of completely insane, out of this world 1960s cars that like are out of somebody's dreams or nightmares. Speaking of dreams and nightmares, Escarita, born today, 1935, who was he in competition? Did he complete Little Richard? I don't know. I think the answer is yes to all that. The way I feel like it was explained to me was one of them taught the other one how to like play piano, and then the other one taught the other one like how to do their hair and makeup and stuff. Which was which, I forget, but like they wound up having this like competition for the rest of their lives. In the end, I think we all won. Yeah. Whoa. Supposedly, was it James Marshall, the Hound, who said he witnessed outside of where was it? The Mercury Lounge, I think. What year was this? I don't know. It was early 80s, I have to imagine. There was a fight in the venue, which was like a relatively tiny venue, between Screaming Jay Hawkins and Escarita that rolled out onto the street in like 3rd Avenue and like St. Mark's Place. Where the two of them like pulled out knives and stuff, and like, what a story, what a visual, and like that entire block is now bulldozed. So the memories of this live on in James Marshall's head, and I hope he's writing a book. But like none of the landmarks are even there anymore to speak of. But Escarita left some great music, and how many Little Richard documentaries are there out there? At least 2. I think the world needs an Escarita one, even though his legacy, his biography lives on. Thank you very much to Billy Miller and Miriam Linna via Kicks magazine. So that's where you can find not just Norton Records' record releases, but also Kicks magazine. You can find your Kicks, you can find your Escarita in your Kicks, you can find your Kicks in Escarita, depending which way you read them. Bo Diddley had his television premiere today on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1955. That's huge because the Ed Sullivan Show was like nationally syndicated, and radio broadcasts back then were not. That's all like locally broadcast stuff. So you could hit regionally huge, and somebody X numbers of cities away or states away wouldn't even know who you are. This is quite literally hit it in the big time, and Bo Diddley just, to me, like, broke all boundaries well before anybody else. Peggy Malone, Lady Bo, aka Lady Bo, and eventually the Duchess. His whole style, his rhythm decisions, everything about Bo Diddley and his band are just a place at a time, and the fact that he was as popular as he was just speaks for like the force of nature that was Bo Diddley. Shall always be Bo Diddley. What else? The Twilight Zone, Time Enough at Last, premiered today, 1959. It's like one of the best ones ever, isn't it? Burgess Meredith, is that right? I think so. Definitely directed by John Brom, who, for those of you who've been following along on these videos for the last 5.5 years, what am I doing? Knows that I'm a huge John Brom fan, and here's just another example. Twilight Zone, Time Enough at Last. Sean Young, born today in 1959. Of course, Blade Runner, near and dear to my heart, your heart, everybody's heart. And what if she was Catwoman? To some people, she will always be Catwoman. To Sean Young, she will always be Catwoman. And what else? 1975, Gene Altieri III, born. My college roommate, very good friend. Do not get to see him anywhere near enough. Was past tense, current tense. Shall always be a utterly absurd collector, much like myself, of all sorts of horror and craziness, and he's good people. So happy birthday, Gene Altieri III. But who's counting? He's number one in my book. The Misfits recorded Evil Live, the live LP, today at the Mabuhay Gardens. I always mess that up, but I'm not doing it again. Mabuhay Gardens in San Francisco on this day. Once I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's wrong. But that last time, I got it right. Today in San Francisco in 1981. So what are you going to do today? Pound your guitars like jackhammers. Till tomorrow. Goodbye.